What up YouTube? This is Woody coming back with another ride review. Today we are at Ride 1 Power Sports in Springfield, Ohio at the Suzuki demo day, and we're getting ready to ride the DRZ400 SM. I was thinking that I'd never rode a dual sport before, but I have actually. So when I was taking my MSF course, I rode a Honda CRF, I think it was like a 230F or something like that, 230X, I'm not sure. I know it was a 230cc bike, and it was a dual sport. Today we're going to ride this though, and it's a Sumo. So I've rode on a bike like this, but I've never rode on a Sumo. It's tall. It is tall. Good old trusty carbureted engine. Pretty cool bike. I'm afraid I'm gonna ride this bike and I'm gonna love it, and then I'm gonna want it. So I've been here for a little while. I rode the GSXR 1000, and then I rode the GSX-S 1000F. So those two bikes right there. And if you want to see those ride reviews, head on over to my channel, Woody on Two Wheels. Check those out. I got a lot of other ride reviews. Did ride reviews on KTM's. I've done ride reviews on Ducatis, Yamahas, Suzuki, Kawasaki. I've never rode a Honda except for MSF course. But that's and Harley. I've been doing a lot of ride reviews on Harleys because I think that's what I want my next bike to be, is going to be a Harley. But we'll see. Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to love this bike. And these bikes are super cheap. Super cheap. I think you can pick up a used one for like $5 grand or less. Why is the bar like this grayish green? You notice that? White bike, white and black, and with the blue. I don't understand why that is green. It's like a metallic green. I don't know why we're not starting yet. Oh, we're trying to get more people. I've been here all day. And the first ride I did on the GSXR 1000, I was the only guy, and the two people running the demo. And then the last one I did, it was a little bit bigger now. Obviously, this one's going to be a little bit bigger than the other two, it looks like. And they're adding a little bit to the ride that we just did, so it's probably going to be a pretty long ride. So we will see. We shall see. Let's turn this beast on. Push the start button. Oh, that's the power button. This is the start button. Are we in neutral? Yep. Why won't it start? Will it not start because the kickstand's down? I don't know. Let's see. That is interesting. Won't start unless you have the kickstand up. Super old gauge, 1980s. Gonna let it warm up. This is carbureted. We got to let it warm up for a second. I don't see a choke. I don't know where the choke is. Gas is on. I think we're warm enough to ride now. It's quiet. I smell the fuel worse than I do on my own bike. This is basically like 1980s technology right here. And you don't get a gauge. We're super excited and nervous at the same time. I don't. Shift smooth. Doesn't have a gear indicator. I'm scooting back on the seat towards the back. No, I think I shifted it up to a third. This formation looks a little better than the last one. Sounds like a little turd of a bike, but it is. It's only a 400. It's already getting to my butt. It's already getting to my butt. That's what I remember about the bike I took the MSF course on. Oh, that's a rough looking car. Who are we waving at? I can barely get my feet down. I'm getting them flat, but just barely. These seats on these dirt bikes suck. I mean, because it's a dirt bike with a dirt bike seat, and they suck. It's comfortable aside from that, and you got this whole seat to move around on. I feel like I'm supposed to be up farther like this, but I can sit clear back on the back of the... I'm clear back on the back of the seat. Which, I mean, that's kind of cool. You can stretch out, or you can just get up on the tank if you want. I think this only has 5 gears, if I'm not mistaken. And if so, I'm pretty sure we're in 4. Probably too high of a gear than I'm supposed to be in right now. It's not fast. Well, that's a cool Z900 RS Cafe. I wish they had different colors besides just the green. That's a pretty cool looking bike. It's got a timer. I don't know what that's about. I guess you can time lapse. I don't know why you'd want to. Total miles on it. This thing almost has 600 miles on it. Holy crap. And then your trip has never been reset, so they match. Turn signal off a 1980s bike. Little horn for a little bike. And the brights. I think the only way these bikes are fun is if you're hooning around on them. It's comfortable. Aside from the seat, it's comfortable. I mean, you can break the law on this bike, but I don't know. But I think this bike mostly is to hoon around on, be dumb on, break the law, wheelies, go off-road, dumb stuff. Now, get into how I fit on this bike. I am 6'1", 200 pounds. I got a 36-inch inseam. I'm not too big for the bike. Not really. The bars are about chest height, like straight out from my nips. I can scoot up on the seat and get aggressive if I want to. I can set clear back on the back, which I'm doing right now, very comfortably, and it's a pretty comfortable seating right now, which is kind of cool. It almost feels like, I can't believe I'm getting ready to say this, it almost feels like a cruiser with mid controls with a shitty seat on it. I mean, that's how I feel like I'm sitting right now. Sitting in a lawn chair, arms straight out in front of me. But I'm clear back on the back of the seat. Like, the back of the seat, end of the seat is right there behind my butt. So, it doesn't have a tachometer, so I don't know what I'm tacking. I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't have this timer. And it had a tack instead. Roll on in 5th gear. It doesn't feel stable. It did not feel stable right there. I guess it's because of the not so wide tires. I'm not used to tires this thin. Move it around. I mean, we're just going straight down this road. Jeez and Pete's. Throw me a curve. I wonder what the top speed on this thing would be. That right there is a pretty cool bike. The SV650X. I think they put like a Cafe Racer-esque fairing on the headlight, and it looks pretty sweet. It really does. It looks like a modern cafe or something. I don't know. I might try to get on that. I'd like to get on that M109, because the only cruisers that I've rode at this point are Harleys. So I'd like to get on another brand of cruiser just to see how different it is from, like, how it stacks up to a Harley. And here lately I've been riding a lot of Harleys, a lot of Harley Softails, and like them all. I've not gone on one that I didn't like, which that goes without saying. I like every bike I ride. So never rode a bike that I didn't like, I guess. I mean, this guy, the route that we've been doing is a little more eventful. It had more turns, but we haven't hit a turn yet, so I don't know what the heck's going on. Cool. I do like it so far. I mean, I think you can replace this seat fairly cheap and get a more comfortable one. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they're pretty cheap. Stuff for dirt bikes is cheap, really, compared to other bikes. This guy's full tuck at 55 mile an hour. I was on the GSXR 1000 and I full tuck, and my helmet was probably like 2 inches away from the windscreen. It's crazy how close it. I guess it's just because how big I am, but still crazy. Alright, down in third. Let's try a turn signal. Get it down to second. I don't want to dip this in. Oh, jeez. Gravel. Pretty jerky in second gear. Holy shit. Pretty jerky in second gear. Finally, throw me a curve. We're driving so slow though. That was what not to do. I should have slowed down more and go across that gravel instead of trying to go around it. Got in that car's way. Pretty uneventful ride. And this is just the worst route. The other route we went on was shorter, but it was stops and turns and stuff like that. This is just 2 straight country roads. A turn. Oh, we're coming into Yellow Springs. That's cool. This is where Dave Chappelle lives. A lot of you guys probably don't know that. Comedian Dave Chappelle lives here full time. This is where he lives. Yellow Springs, Ohio. I mean, you're just giving it the beans to keep up with these guys. So yeah, Dave Chappelle actually lives here in Yellow Springs, and then he has a second home in Xenia, which is 7 miles away from his other house from Yellow Springs. And this is where his wife and kids live. Pretty cool hippie place, kind of hippie town. There's roads, I've been told, I ain't never been out here to ride on them, but there's some pretty nice roads to ride out here. I mean, I feel like I'm not supposed to be in 5th gear. I'm bogging it down. It gets so quiet. Anyway, there's supposed to be nice roads out here. I've never rode them. We came out here once and brought the kids, and there's a big park. You can go walk around in the park, whatever. And then it's little shops and coffee shops and cafes and stuff, and it's a pretty hippie town. So it's pretty cool. Seems like it fit right in for Dave Chappelle, right? A little hippie town. Could you long trip this? Sure. My arm's getting tired. I don't know what it is about this, the way it's setting, but oh, he's not gonna wave at us at all. He must have been on a Harley. Little putter golf course. Yeah, I mean, you could. You're gonna be giving it the beans all day long, but perfect. I guess the S, the 400S, would be the perfect TFT or TAT trail bike. You run it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. The TAT. I think it's the TAT Trans-American Trail that runs from one end of the country to the other, this would be perfect for it. A little bit of off-road, a little bit of on-road. It's comfortable though, I mean, if you could get like a throttle lock for it and you could give your right hand a brake, you ride this thing all day long. Little drag car. Little drag car. Buick Regal. I feel like I'm in redneck country right now. Everybody's got cars sitting in the yard. The throttle on the GSX R1000 was super light. Super light. The throttle on the GSX S1000F was about normal to a little bit on the soft side. See, all these bikes are going that way because there must be roads to ride. This one is a little on the heavy side. I think that's what's getting to my hand and arm, holding this throttle in one spot. This whole ride. Whew. Slows down fast when you let it go. So they ruined this route. I'm just going to go out and say it. They did ruin it. I like the other one better, even though it's shorter. Look at the flapping around. This mirror's good. This mirror is out of adjustment. This mirror's good. Every single one of these bikes I've got on today, I can't get that one. My whole arm, I mean look, my whole arm covers the whole mirror. This one I can see out of. I don't get it. Every single Suzuki I rode today, why can I see out of the right mirror and I can't see out of the left? Makes no sense. I want to know what this thing is with this big arm. Who does that? I gotta know. On the second, jerky second gear. It's weird how the shift between second and third, and just, it almost sounds like I didn't shift. And it does. It kind of just rolls into the next gear. You don't feel it, and you barely hear it. It's kind of weird. The other one, every other gear is predominant, and like it clicks. You hear the engine. This is a sucky ride. Back on the scooting back on the seat, I can't hardly. False neutral. False neutral. Hey, we hit 600 miles. What are you doing? Can't believe I just hit a false neutral on that. See, it's weird. Weird between first and second and third. It's definitely weird between second and third. I'm going through the light. I don't care. I own this town. Left the other ones. I wish it had a gear indicator. Why hasn't Suzuki done anything to upgrade this bike in the last like 20 years? Like, why? Why haven't they updated the gauge cluster? Like, this thing is stupid. Why is it still carbureted? I don't hate carbureted, but I just want to know, why is it still carbureted? And it's 2019. Anyways, this can be the end of the video. Sorry it was so boring. That route was terrible. And I got other ones that I did. The first 2 bikes that I rode was a better route. And it wasn't a fast route, but it was a better route. And this route sucked, so I'm sorry. If you liked the video, which you probably didn't, hit that like button. If you didn't, go ahead and hit that dislike button. If you ain't subscribed, please subscribe today, and I'll catch you on the next video. This is Woody. Peace and I'm out.